Midgie, guess what day it is? Oil change day. Hopefully the background noise of everyone working on their yard doesn't ruin the sound. So the car is a 2015 Scion Frs. I've only had it now for about 2 years. I bought it with 67,000 miles, and since then I'm up to 82,000. It was a good little hack I learned, was to write my mileage and the date I did my last service on. The car is a boxer engine. It was made by Subaru and Toyota. It's got a funky injection system on it from Toyota. So that's why it sounds like there's crickets from the fuel pump, because it has a direct and port injection. I'm not sure why they really did it, but there's a few aftermarket things that are beneficial for it, such as running E85. So I did drive this car this morning, so this is actually kind of warm. It's good for it. When I bought the car, it was completely stock. We drove all the way down to Paris, Kentucky. Probably get a glove for this. This is an intelligent thing to do. I already had my mind set on a set of wheels, which was the Inky NT03, and I really wanted a set of 17s, but were only special order. And I dropped the bolt somewhere. Son of a gun. The bolt's still there. Nice. Didn't appear to be many metal fragments, so that's a good sign. There we go. Fire her up and see if she blows up. So I bought the car, did the rear differential bushings. I had a shop do them. I had the shifter bushing, and I had a transmission insert. I think the transmission insert was a big changer to the car. I'd like to do track, but honestly I don't think my experience level is there, even though I have a lot of good people telling me I need to try it. My tires for this year are done, my summer tires. I'll have to buy a whole new set next year. The car honestly needs an oil cooler if I do want to track it. I've been working on my own aero, so I had a splitter in some of the pictures and videos just to try to help with any sort of downforce I could possibly get more front end grip. I needed something. I was working on a rear diffuser. I'm not quite there. I got distracted with winter and house projects, and it's just not a priority now. So maybe in the spring. Cut the head louvers. Through the research I've done, these cars have a big pressure buildup in the front end. And I could have done 4, but 2 I felt was enough for my application. I also made my own rain louvers underneath, or rain guards underneath, especially since I plan on driving this car through the winter. Subarus, I don't know, it just depends on Subarus. It's like a luck of the draw if they're going to blow their head gaskets all over the place or not. Which I've been there. That's what happened to the last one I owned. This one, it's the FA motor, so they're a little more reliable, I think. And if it blows, that'll just be that much quicker. I get to swap to a V8. Through autocross, I've learned that the car is really forgiving, and I think that's really important for new drivers. I know on the forums there's a huge joke about the curse. There's no curse. There's just everyone around this age group has been babied, I think, into Civics and front-wheel drive, and people just forgot how to drive rear-wheel drive motorcycle. I think these are great cars for beginners to learn how to drive rear-wheel drive. I know it's a great car for autocross. I'm still new to autocross, but somehow every event, raw times, I'm placing middle pack, which I'm pretty happy about that, considering my skill level and experience level. Again, I don't even feel like I'm driving this car at its limits now, so I don't want to upgrade something that's... modifications are a way of masking your own driving experience. Will it make me faster on track? Yes. Will I be able to drive it at 9/10 compared to someone on a stock suspension? No. I'll get faster, but I'm not teaching myself anything about the car. I need to be able to drive it 10/10 in this form before I'm ready to go to coilovers or sway bars or different things like that. Just like power upgrades. I'm not going to add power upgrades when I'm not even using the car's power at its potential now. I don't foreseeably see myself selling this car. My last Subaru I didn't want to sell, but it decided to blow its guts all over the highway, so it kind of was out of my hands. I needed a car, and the shop that I took it to said they'd buy it off me, pay it off, and give me a good deal on a trade-in. So I did that. I regret that. That car was so much fun. It wasn't the fastest like this, but it was very capable. I'd done a lot of work to it, suspension-wise. I don't want to make the same mistake with this car. I really want to get a daily on the side, keep this in the garage. Not to baby it, but to keep it a dedicated, fun weekend track car and really start to dedicate myself to learning to drive better. Another thing that we learned too is my local SCCA chapter, the place that we use to race at, they've let us know that we lost, I think, all of our days to race in their lot. Due to COVID, they've lost a lot of money, and they've booked other events now to make up some of that money. So my local SCCA is kind of searching for a new parking lot to race in. I kind of wanted to develop the car for rallycross now, or dual purpose rallycross and autocross. It wouldn't be the fastest thing at either, but it would be capable to do both, which I think would be totally rad.
Now that my local autocross is out, it's hard to say where the next location is going to be for that. Rallycross was a 2-hour drive. I don't foresee that getting any closer. So, racing locally for me sounds like it might be lost for this year. So, I'm going to wait and see. Next summer might just be motorcycles. It's hard to say. Maybe a road trip. But if they don't find a suitable lot to do autocross, I don't think I'll be doing a lot of that next year, unfortunately. Well, filming this took a little while for me to figure out how I wanted to talk and film me doing an oil change. So I'm going to go get started on the tire swap. Really hope you don't hear my neighbor doing housework